That is one big pile of shit.
Have you ever seen a movie that just flat out makes you angry? Like, it could just be a movie that you just don't enjoy, or a movie that you find obnoxious or annoying. Well, I found that movie. I'm super late to this review, I just want to say, because everyone's reviewed this movie. You've probably seen a billion other reviews, or maybe you just don't care. It makes me angry, this movie. And if you don't know what movie I'm talking about, I am talking about 65. The movie was released last week, and I had the chance to go see it with my friends, and I didn't make a review of it because I felt in my soul I couldn't. I couldn't give this a proper review because obviously the filmmakers didn't care enough to actually put in a good effort and make a good movie, so I'm not going to give it that satisfaction of giving it a professional review. But instead, I'm going to be giving a more rant-style review than giving the more professional side. I am going to give you some points and reasons why I think this movie fails in everything it does, but we're just going to have a good old laugh about it. And you might agree with my opinion, that's fine. If you don't, I don't get it. I don't get how anyone could like this movie because it had one simple goal, and that was to entertain me. And it couldn't even do that right. So let's just get into this video. Now, this film was directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, the same people who made A Quiet Place. They were the same people who wrote A Quiet Place. You know that really good horror movie that kind of changed the industry for a while? Yeah, it was written by those guys. And that's the first big problem with this movie. You want to know who it was produced by? Sam Raimi, the guy who made all the Evil Dead movies, 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. He produced this movie. I realize he didn't direct it, but he was involved with this movie. Just let that sink in as I talk about this movie. This film is about Adam Driver's character Mills, who lands on a mysterious new planet which is revealed to be Earth 65 million years ago during the time of the dinosaurs. So when Mills crash lands, he discovers that he's not the only survivor of this wreckage, as there's a little girl named Koa who he bounds himself to protect and get him off the planet. So they must reach an escape pod traversing dangerous terrain and dinosaurs to get there. Now listen, I'm not gonna say like I had the biggest expectations for this movie. I didn't. I thought this movie would just be a fun action movie and at least a horror movie. You know, just have some thrilling sequences and it'd be okay, considering it was made by the same people as A Quiet Place. I will never stop that because it's so shocking to me that this movie was so soulless, so incredibly awful and pandering, and honestly just treats the audience like babies. Like this movie, and I'm gonna get into it, treats the audience like children. It is awful. I was just expecting a fun sci-fi movie where Kylo Ren goes around shooting some fucking dinosaurs. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from this movie, some good sci-fi. And they couldn't even do that right. What the hell is going on here? What is going on? And this is why this video took so long to make, because I couldn't shake the feeling about this movie. I tried to forget it. I just said, you know what, maybe I just won't review this one. It's so bad, it's not worth my effort. But it makes me more angry thinking about it just because of how bad and lackluster it was and how they easily could have put a little bit of effort into this movie and actually made it okay. Like they actually could have made it entertaining, but they chose not to. That's what it feels like. But before we get into the negative, let's just see if there's anything good with this movie. Let's talk about the pros for this movie. There's nothing. There is nothing of remote value in this movie. I'm telling you this. This is coming from an opinion, so I guess take that as you will. But I don't think that there's a single redeeming quality about this movie besides like 2 sequences where it's slightly like has slight tension, just a little bit. They couldn't go all the way though, because that would take actual effort. But since we've went over the pros now, let's go over the cons. And there is a lot of them, so just bear with me. There's going to be a lot of ranting. I'm not going to be spoiling this movie outright. I will give you a warning if I do go into spoiler territory, because I just need to talk about this movie. This movie just makes me angry, and I'm going to talk about it because I think you people would find it funny. And you know what? I'm going to look back at it, and I'm going to think it's pretty funny. And plus, I just want to make this video because this shit needs to stop. People need to start putting more effort into these movies. Now, the biggest crime I can say about this movie is that it somehow manages to make sci-fi dinosaurs, like sci-fi and dinosaurs mixed, boring. This movie is incredibly boring. nothing happens. It feels like you get nothing out of your experience. You're just watching people walk around on the screen and occasionally a dinosaur shows up and you're supposed to be entertained by it, but in reality it's just super uninteresting. There's just nothing really of remote value. It doesn't look necessarily great to where you're like, okay, I'll watch it just for those scenes. Like, it's nothing. It's just boring. Like, I was literally sitting there half falling asleep. I had like 3 other buddies with me, and the one was fully like this in the other chair because he was like almost on the verge of falling asleep. In a movie where there's a guy with a plasma gun shooting dinosaurs, and he found that boring. You know there's a problem when you can't even make that entertaining. And the first 30 minutes are so bad. It feels like it drags out to an hour easily. Like, I checked my watch like halfway through the movie, and I was just like, it has only been half an hour? Are you serious? So if you haven't guessed, this movie's incredibly slow and terribly paced as well, which does not help it at all. And even if they were trying to make these dinosaur scenes the best part of the movie and the ones that you want to stick around for, there's not nearly enough of them to actually be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the movie just to see dinosaurs. There's really none of that. Like, there's occasional moments when dinosaurs show up, and for those moments, they're okay. They're very mediocre, I want to say. They're not great to watch at all. They're just, like, mindless. But they needed more of that. It needed more absurd dinosaur moments to actually make an impact, but it doesn't because it's just lame. It's just uninspired. Another thing that makes this movie absurdly boring are the characters. I did not care for anyone in this movie. Adam Driver's character, the little girl that we're supposed to appreciate their relationship as they grow and like each other, I couldn't give 2 shits. I wanted them both to die so the movie would end. And they tried to make occasional moments where they tried to strengthen the relationship, but that is the worst part of the movie, let me tell you. The filmmakers definitely had some inspiration from other projects. Some examples I can draw lines to are Wolverine and X-23 from Logan. They have a very similar relationship of what they're trying to go for in that respect. And also another one I can say is The Mandalorian and Grogu, where there's your protagonist who doesn't really know what the younger one is saying because she can't understand him. Because in this movie, Adam Driver cannot understand this little girl. She talks in a completely alien voice. He doesn't have a translator, so he's just trying to make it up as he go and try and explain to her certain things, which could be cute and quirky and could be kind of wholesome, but it comes off as the most forced and awkward relationship I've ever seen. Because they very much try to make it just this father-daughter thing where they're trying to traverse this harsh landscape. And it just doesn't work. And what doesn't make it better is Adam Driver's acting, which puzzles me to this day because he's a great actor. And in this movie, he's trash. I'm sorry, I did not enjoy his performance at all. Especially his facial expressions for some reason. I don't know why, but every single time I think you're supposed to laugh, he does a face or just some really stupid face. And it's almost like an indicator, audience, you can start laughing now. He made a face. That means it's wholesome and quirky. And he's trying to be funny, but it comes off as the most awkward thing on the planet, and you just sit there and you honestly just get secondhand embarrassment. You're just like, oh my god, why? It's bad. I'm sorry, it's bad. I really shouldn't be making a biggest deal of it for this movie called 65 out of all things, but it just irked me the wrong way, and that is one of the reasons, because remember how I said that it treats the audience like babies. That is why. There are multiple moments in this movie where they'll do something that's very clearly meant to get a reaction out of you, and it's just so surface level and corny, and it's just in your face as well. And it's just so absurd, and it's those moments where he makes a face that you're supposed to be like, ha, and you're supposed to laugh. Did I laugh? No, it's awful. It's so painfully awful. Another thing I really want to say is that this movie could have had some really good suspenseful moments. Dinosaurs can be scary, okay? The first 2 Jurassic Park movies have proved to me, and I think everyone, that dinosaurs can be scary. But in this movie, they try to do that, but guess what? They rely on cheap jump scares. Every horror fan's favorite trope that won't go away. There are so many moments in this movie where they'll just be walking and then there'll be some really loud noise and the dinosaur will jump out of nowhere. There's a scene where Adam Driver's character, he's kind of like leaning over a cliff and you kind of see some dinosaurs walking around and just out of nowhere, just a dinosaur like just jumps out of nowhere for no reason, no context. I don't even think it leads to anything. It's just a really quick jump scare for the audience to go, oh, it's so amateur. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that this movie was freaking made by who made A Quiet Place. Probably one of the most suspenseful, intense movies of like the last 5 years in terms of horror. I don't understand what happened. Another thing is this movie's rules are completely inconsistent. And what I mean by that is like, when you have a movie, you want to put certain rules in place. Is it realistic? Is it going to go for more of a sci-fi feel like this movie was trying to do? And you have to have these rules in place, and these rules kind of set the boundaries for what can happen in the movie. Like, oh, give or take, like I have this gun, if I shoot a dinosaur, it's gonna die, you know? And there's little moments in the movie where certain things will happen, and it's so inconsistent because it doesn't affect something 1 second when it happens, but then the second time it happens, it completely affects it. The last thing I want to talk about is the soundtrack. Now this is a very nitpicky thing that I usually never talk about in my reviews. I never talk about it because it's usually not that important. Usually most movies have a good way of just putting good music in their movies and figuring out places where certain things feel appropriate. But this movie has some of the worst music in it I've heard in a while because it's so in your face and it's so like cheesy, and it doesn't actually feel like they actually tried to make the music sound interesting for the scenes. It's just like, oh, here's the happy music, you're supposed to feel happy, and oh, now the music's kind of swelling and it's getting really quiet, it's getting more intense, and it's extremely manipulative, and I really hated that about the movie, because that's just another thing where I went back to, it's trying to make you feel like a baby. The filmmakers are doing this because they go, oh, the audience doesn't know when to be happy or when to be scared or when to be laughing, so if we put all these little cues in the movie, they'll know when to laugh and they'll know when to have fun. And in reality, that's not how filmmaking works. You need to show something interesting where people are gonna get hooked. Then you have just good music that's not overbearing, and people can just genuinely enjoy it and not go, well, that music, oh, the music means I'm supposed to be happy. Oh, this music means I'm supposed to be sad. It's pathetic. Do not watch this movie. Don't even attempt to as like, oh, maybe it's so bad it's good. It's not. It's boring, it's uninspired, it makes the audience feel like babies, because I certainly did throughout the entire thing. I almost fell asleep during the movie. It's awful, uninteresting garbage that I have no idea how it got made, and that's why I'm giving this film a 2 out of 10. Do not watch this movie. It is not worth your time or your money. Don't do it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to just give it as a warning to all my subscribers and people out there. Don't watch this. It's awful. It's not good. It's pandering. I hate it. I'm gonna stop ranting about it because I'm gonna start ranting about it for like 2 more friggin' hours. Just go subscribe, but go have a good day.